The history of France in Asia is often viewed through the prism of its colonial past. For nearly a century, large parts of Southeast Asia, known collectively as French Indochina, were under French administration. This period, marked by political control and economic exploitation, officially ended in the mid-20th century. However, the end of empire did not signify the end of French presence. Instead, it marked the beginning of a profound transformation. France has managed to convert the remnants of its colonial legacy into a modern and dynamic form of influence. This new relationship is not built on dominance but on partnership, cultural exchange, and shared interests, creating a unique and lasting bond with the region that continues to evolve in the 21st century. This transition from a colonial power to a strategic partner is a complex story. It involves acknowledging the difficult aspects of the past, while simultaneously building a future based on mutual respect. Today, France's relationship with its former territories in Asia, Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos, is multifaceted. It is visible in the bustling streets of Hanoi, where French architecture stands alongside modern skyscrapers, and in the classrooms of Phnom Penh, where students still learn the French language. This enduring connection is a testament to France's ability to adapt its foreign policy, moving away from a posture of authority to one of cooperation, particularly in the fields of education, development, and cultural preservation. The story of France's influence in Asia is not confined to its former colonies. As global power dynamics shift towards the Indo-Pacific, France has actively broadened its engagement. It has developed robust strategic partnerships with major regional players like India and Japan, and it plays an active role within multilateral organizations such as ASEAN. This expanded focus reflects France's understanding that its future is intrinsically linked to the stability and prosperity of this vibrant region. Its strategy is now one of a balancing power, contributing to regional security and promoting a rules-based international order, far from the unilateral actions that defined its colonial era. This essay will explore the many layers of France's lasting legacy in Asia. We will examine how historical ties have been reshaped into contemporary partnerships in Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos. We will also look at France's wider Indo-Pacific strategy and the crucial role of its soft power, its language, its culture, its educational institutions, in maintaining its relevance and appeal. Ultimately, we will see how France has successfully navigated the post-colonial landscape, transforming historical connections into a foundation for a modern, influential, and collaborative presence in one of the world's most critical regions. The relationship between France and Vietnam is perhaps the most intense and complex of all its connections in Asia. The colonial past was long and often fraught with conflict, culminating in the First Indochina War. Yet, since the establishment of diplomatic relations, the two nations have forged a remarkably strong and resilient partnership. This renewal is built on a pragmatic understanding of shared benefits. Today, France is a leading European investor in Vietnam, with French companies active in sectors ranging from infrastructure and aerospace to retail and pharmaceuticals. This economic collaboration is a cornerstone of the modern relationship, demonstrating how former adversaries can become vital economic allies in a globalized world. Beyond trade and investment, France plays a significant role in Vietnam's development through its official development assistance. The Agence Française de Développement has funded numerous critical projects across the country. These initiatives often focus on sustainable urban development, climate change adaptation, and energy transition, aligning with Vietnam's own national priorities. For instance, French expertise and financing have been instrumental in the development of the Hanoi Metro, a project designed to alleviate traffic congestion and reduce pollution in the capital city. This type of cooperation highlights France's commitment to supporting Vietnam's journey towards sustainable and inclusive growth. Cultural and educational ties remain exceptionally vibrant. The French language, while no longer as widely spoken as in the colonial era, continues to hold a special place in Vietnamese society, particularly within academic and elite circles. Institutions like the French Institute in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City are bustling centers of cultural activity, offering language courses, film screenings, and art exhibitions. Furthermore, the establishment of the University of Science and Technology of Hanoi, also known as the French University, is a flagship project of bilateral cooperation in higher education, training the next generation of Vietnamese scientists and engineers and fostering deep academic links. The people-to-people connections are the living fabric of this relationship. A significant Vietnamese diaspora resides in France, acting as a cultural and economic bridge between the two countries. This community fosters a constant flow of ideas, traditions, and personal relationships that enrich both societies. From Vietnamese cuisine becoming a staple in Paris to French tourists exploring the historic streets of Hoi An, the interchange is constant and profound. This intricate web of economic, developmental, cultural, and human connections shows how the Franco-Vietnamese relationship has successfully moved beyond its painful past to become a forward-looking and mutually beneficial strategic partnership. France's relationship with Cambodia is deeply rooted in history, but it is defined today by a spirit of solidarity and reconstruction. Following the devastation wrought by the Khmer Rouge regime, France was one of the first countries to re-engage with Cambodia and play a leading role in its recovery. This support has been most visible in the realm of development aid. Through the Agence Française de Développement, France has invested heavily in crucial sectors such as rural water supply, public health, and infrastructure. These projects are not merely financial transactions. They represent a long-term commitment to helping Cambodia rebuild its social fabric and improve the quality of life for its citizens, especially in underserved rural areas. Education is another central pillar of the Franco-Cambodian partnership. The French language has maintained a significant presence in the country's educational system, supported by a network of bilingual schools and the prestigious Royal University of Phnom Penh, which offers several programs in French. The French Institute in Phnom Penh serves as a vital cultural hub, promoting French language and culture, while also providing a platform for Cambodian artists and intellectuals. This focus on education and language is a strategic investment in Cambodia's human capital, helping to train future leaders who are open to the world and connected to the broader Francophone community. Perhaps the most famous example of Franco-Cambodian cooperation is the preservation of the Angkor Temple complex. Since the early 20th century, French archaeologists and conservators from the École Française d'Extrême-Orient have been instrumental in studying and restoring this UNESCO World Heritage Site. After the turmoil of the Civil War, France was at the forefront of international efforts to safeguard Angkor. This collaborative heritage work is a powerful symbol of the relationship, a shared mission to protect a treasure of humanity. It showcases France's respect for Cambodian culture and its commitment to helping the nation preserve its unique identity for future generations. This multifaceted engagement, spanning development aid, education, and heritage, has allowed France to build a relationship with Cambodia based on trust and shared purpose. While the colonial past is an undeniable part of their shared history, the present is characterized by a partnership that addresses Cambodia's contemporary needs. France is not seen as a former ruler, but as a reliable friend that has stood by Cambodia during its most difficult times. This bond, forged in the effort to rebuild and preserve, has given France a unique and respected position in the country, demonstrating the power of cultural diplomacy and long-term commitment. The relationship between France and Laos is often described as more discreet, than its connections with Vietnam or Cambodia, yet it is no less significant. It is a partnership characterized by a steady, quiet presence that has endured through decades of political change. The French influence in Laos is subtle but pervasive, woven into the fabric of its administration, education, and urban landscapes. The capital, Vientiane, and the royal city of Luang Prabang both retain a charming blend of traditional Lao and French colonial architecture, a visible reminder of this shared history. This architectural heritage is not just a tourist attraction. It is a living part of the national identity that France actively helps to preserve. Development cooperation is a key aspect of the modern Franco-Lao relationship. The Agence Française de Développement has a long-standing presence in the country, focusing its efforts on sustainable development, agriculture, and heritage conservation. Projects often aim to support rural communities, improve agricultural productivity, and protect Laos's rich biodiversity. A significant area of cooperation has been the preservation of Luang Prabang, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. French experts have worked closely with Lao authorities to implement urban planning regulations that protect the town's unique character while allowing for sustainable tourism development, balancing economic growth with cultural integrity. The French language continues to play a role in Laos, particularly in the fields of medicine, law, and public administration. The French Institute in Vientiane is an active cultural center, offering language classes and cultural events that maintain the linguistic link. Many older Lao officials and professionals were educated in the French system, and France continues to offer scholarships for Lao students to study at universities in France. This educational exchange helps to maintain a network of Francophone and Francophile elites who serve as important bridges between the two nations, ensuring that the connection is renewed with each generation. In essence, the Franco-Lao partnership is a model of consistent and respectful engagement. It is less about grand strategic pronouncements and more about practical, on-the-ground cooperation that delivers tangible benefits. France's role in Laos is that of a patient and reliable partner, one that understands the country's specific needs and respects its pace of development. By focusing on niche areas like heritage, sustainable agriculture, and specialized education, France has carved out a unique and valued role. This quiet diplomacy has allowed it to maintain a deep and meaningful relationship, proving that influence does not always need to be loud to be effective. While France's historical ties to Southeast Asia are deep, its contemporary Asian policy extends far beyond its former colonies. In recent years, France has articulated a comprehensive Indo-Pacific strategy, positioning itself as a so-called resident power in the region. This claim is, well, based on its overseas territories, such as La Réunion and New Caledonia, and its significant exclusive economic zone, which is actually the second largest in the world. This physical presence, gives France a legitimate stake in regional security and maritime stability. The strategy is built on promoting a free, open, and rules-based order, seeking to provide a balancing influence amidst growing geopolitical competition, particularly between the United States and China. A cornerstone of this strategy is the cultivation of strong strategic partnerships with major regional powers. The Franco-Indian relationship has blossomed into a deep and trusted alliance, covering defense, space, and civil nuclear cooperation. The sale of Rafale fighter jets to India and joint naval exercises, known as Varuna, in the Indian Ocean are clear indicators of this military alignment. Similarly, France has elevated its ties with Japan to an exceptional partnership, collaborating on maritime security, technology, and multilateral initiatives. These partnerships are crucial as they allow France to amplify its influence and contribute meaningfully to regional stability alongside like-minded democratic nations. France also engages actively with regional organizations, most notably the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN. In 2020, France was granted the status of a development partner of ASEAN, formalizing its commitment to supporting the bloc's agenda on connectivity, sustainable development, and regional integration. This institutional link allows France to engage with all 10 member states collectively and contribute to regional solutions for shared challenges like climate change, public health, and transnational crime. By working through ASEAN, France demonstrates its respect for regional multilateralism and its desire to be a constructive partner rather than an imposing external power. The military dimension of France's Indo-Pacific strategy is modest but significant. France maintains a permanent military presence in the region and regularly deploys naval assets, including aircraft carriers and submarines, to uphold freedom of navigation and conduct joint exercises with partner navies. These deployments, often referred to as freedom of navigation operations, or FONOPs, send a clear signal about France's commitment to international maritime law. This military presence is not about projecting power in a confrontational way. Rather, it is about reassuring partners and contributing to the collective security architecture of a region that is, honestly, vital to global trade and stability. At the heart of France's lasting impact in Asia is its smart way of using soft power. Unlike hard power, which uses military strength or money to get what it wants, soft power is really about attracting and convincing people through culture, shared values, and good ideas. For France, this is something it has, always been good at, and it's still a main tool for how it works with other countries in Asia. The French language, often called Molière's language, is one of its strongest tools. Through a worldwide network of Alliances Françaises and Instituts Français, France actively shares its language and opens a door to its rich culture. In Asia, these places are more than just schools. They are lively spots for people from different cultures to talk and learn from each other. Education is another really important way France uses its soft power. France is one of the top places for international students who don't speak English, and it actively encourages students from Asia to study in its universities, with great scholarship programs like France Excellence. The French international schools, or lycées français, in big Asian cities offer a top-notch, French-approved education to both foreign and local kids. These schools create a group of young Asians who not only speak French well, but also know about French culture and ways of thinking, building strong and lasting friendships and work connections. French culture, from its art and movies to its food and fashion, is very popular around the world and especially in Asia. French film festivals are big events in cities like Tokyo, Seoul, and Bangkok, while fancy French brands are very popular in Asian markets. Museums like the Louvre Abu Dhabi, which was a joint project, show how France can share its museum knowledge with others. Also, France actively supports cultural exchange by inviting Asian artists to stay and create art, and by showing their work in French museums and galleries. This back-and-forth cultural sharing helps people understand and respect each other, making France look like a global leader in culture. Finally, France uses its media and smart ideas to shape what people talk about around the world. International news channels like France 24 and radio stations like Radio France Internationale, or RFI, share a French view on world events in many languages, including Vietnamese and Mandarin. The ideas from French thinkers in philosophy, social studies, and political ideas also add to its intellectual influence. This mix of sharing its language, excellent education, appealing culture, and media outreach really makes a powerful soft power toolkit, helping France stay important and attractive in a very competitive Asia. The journey of France in Asia from the 20th to the 21st century is, honestly, a case study in profound transformation. The era of colonial domination, where France imposed its will through military and administrative control, has given way to a new model of engagement. Today, France acts as a modern partner, using its historical connections not as a tool of leverage, but as a foundation for building relationships based on equality and shared interests. This evolution was not automatic. It required a conscious policy shift away from a post-colonial mindset towards one of pragmatic cooperation. France has successfully managed this transition by focusing on what it can offer as a partner: technical expertise, cultural richness, and a commitment to multilateralism. In its former colonies of Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos, this transformation is particularly evident. French assistance is no longer about imposing a French model, but about responding to the specific needs defined by the countries themselves. Whether it is helping Vietnam with urban planning, supporting Cambodia's health sector, or aiding Laos in heritage preservation, the approach is collaborative. France now engages as an equal, offering its skills and resources to support the national development goals of its partners. This shift has been crucial in overcoming the sensitivities of the past and building genuine trust, allowing relationships to flourish in a way that would have been unimaginable just a few generations ago. This new role is also defined by France's embrace of multilateralism. Instead of acting unilaterally, France increasingly works through international and regional organizations. Its role as a development partner of ASEAN is a prime example. By aligning its efforts with the priorities of the 10-nation bloc, France positions itself as a supportive external partner committed to regional stability and integration. This multilateral approach extends to its strategic partnerships with countries like India and Japan, where collaboration on global issues such as climate change, maritime security, and digital governance is a key feature. This demonstrates a France that seeks to build consensus and strengthen the international rules-based order. Ultimately, France's influence in Asia today is derived from a different source. It is not the power to command, but the power to attract, persuade, and collaborate. Its influence is rooted in its world-class companies, its leading research institutions, its vibrant culture, and its diplomatic commitment to a balanced and multipolar world. By reinventing itself as a development partner, a cultural bridge, and a champion of international law, France has carved out a unique and sustainable role. It has shown that a former colonial power can indeed move beyond its history to become a respected and valuable partner in the dynamic and forward-looking continent of Asia. Looking ahead, the relationship between France and Asia is poised to deepen further, driven by a convergence of mutual interests and the necessity of addressing shared global challenges. For France, Asia is not just a region of historical significance, it is a critical partner for its own economic future and security. As the global economic center of gravity continues to shift eastward, French businesses will increasingly look to Asia's dynamic markets for growth and innovation. In turn, Asian nations value France as a source of high-quality investment, advanced technology, and as a key gateway to the European Union market, helping them diversify their economic partnerships. The most pressing shared challenges of our time, particularly climate change and biodiversity loss, will be a major driver of future cooperation. France, as a host of the Paris Agreement, has positioned itself as a global leader in environmental diplomacy. It shares this concern with many Asian nations that are highly vulnerable to the impacts of climate change, such as rising sea levels and extreme weather events. Future collaboration will likely focus on renewable energy, sustainable infrastructure, and the protection of marine ecosystems. This shared agenda provides a powerful positive-sum basis for the relationship, moving it further beyond post-colonial narratives and into the realm of essential global problem-solving. In the geopolitical sphere, France's role as a balancing power in the Indo-Pacific will remain crucial. As strategic competition intensifies in the region, many Asian countries are wary of becoming overly dependent on any single major power. They seek to build a network of partnerships to maintain their strategic autonomy. France, with its independent foreign policy and its commitment to a multipolar world, is an attractive partner in this context. Its naval presence, its diplomatic initiatives, and its strategic alliances with countries like India and Australia offer a European pillar of stability in the regional security architecture, a role that is likely to be welcomed and encouraged by its Asian partners. Furthermore, the human and cultural dimensions of the relationship will continue to be a source of strength. Educational and scientific exchanges will create new generations of leaders and innovators with connections to both France and Asia. The growing middle class in Asia will continue to be a major consumer of French culture, from luxury goods and tourism to art and cuisine. This constant flow of people and ideas will foster a deeper mutual understanding and empathy, creating a resilient foundation for the political and economic relationship. The future of Franco-Asian ties will be one of a mature, multifaceted partnership, essential for navigating the complexities of the 21st century. The story of France in Asia is a compelling narrative of adaptation and renewal. The formal empire of French Indochina is a relic of the past, but its echoes have not faded into silence. Instead, they have been transformed into a complex and resilient network of influence that is both modern and deeply rooted in a shared history. France has successfully navigated the delicate transition from colonial ruler to contemporary partner by replacing the logic of power with the principles of cooperation, cultural exchange, and mutual respect. Its relationships with Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos are no longer defined by dominance, but by vibrant partnerships in development, education, and heritage. This legacy is not static. It is a dynamic force that continues to evolve. France has astutely leveraged its historical ties while simultaneously broadening its horizons through a forward-looking Indo-Pacific strategy. By forging strong alliances with regional powers like India and Japan and engaging constructively with ASEAN, France has affirmed its status as a committed and relevant actor in Asia's future. It has shown that a European nation can play a significant role in the region's security and prosperity, not as an outsider, but as a resident power with legitimate stakes and a unique contribution to make. The enduring strength of French influence lies in its masterful use of soft power. The appeal of its language, the prestige of its educational system, and the global resonance of its culture are invaluable assets. These tools allow France to build bridges and foster connections that transcend politics and economics, creating a deep reservoir of goodwill. In a world where attraction and persuasion are often more effective than coercion, France's cultural diplomacy gives it a distinct and lasting advantage in its engagement with Asia. This soft power is the glue that holds the modern Franco-Asian relationship together. In conclusion, France's legacy in Asia is not a single story, but a mosaic of interconnected histories and evolving partnerships. It is a testament to the nation's ability to reinvent its global role, turning the page on its colonial past without erasing the connections it created. These ties, now based on shared interests and mutual benefit, are more important than ever. They provide France with a unique foothold in the world's most dynamic continent and offer Asian nations a reliable and multifaceted partner. As both France and Asia navigate the challenges of the 21st century, this enduring and evolving legacy will continue to be a source of strength, opportunity, and mutual enrichment.